Hola amigos, hola amigas, welcome, bienvenido, croeso y salam, welcome to the channel y'all, Chesney Action Match. We're back with the Electrolux 170. I've washed all the parts and they are all nice and clean, but you can definitely see a difference in the colour. But yeah, it is all clean on the, there's a little bit of grime on there. I'll use a toothbrush to get that off. But yeah, everything's nice and clean. So I've got to retrobrite these parts. I'll show you the base. So there we go. There's the head on it. That's come up really clean. But yeah, that does need retrobriting. It's quite yellowed. I don't think it's going to take much time to get this done, to be honest. So it shouldn't be in the solution for maximum a day, if that. So this should be all done in 2 days, I think. But yeah, so it's all nice and clean anyway, so that's good. So my only concern with this, I am going to put a piece of tape across this, masking tape, and cut it around, because I don't really want to change the color of that. And also there is the issue of this logo. So I really don't know. It might be collateral damage if that does come off, because I will be super careful with it, and I will only leave it in for the absolute amount of time necessary rather than longer. So anyway, before I can do the retrobriting, I have got to sort out the motor. The band came up nice as well. Some scratches on it and stuff, but that's patina, and when I put the polishing mop over it, it'll come up really nice. So what I've got to work on now, let me just put you down, is this, which is the motor. As you would have seen in the other video, I lubricated the bearing at the top. I'm going to use a cotton swab now to clean out any gunk from it. Connecting the wires together, I didn't know whether I would use these or this. I'm kind of thinking I'll use these because they're nice and small. I was umming and ahhing on whether to use either this one or this one, but I'll use these to connect the rewires back together because I've removed the suppressor, which is there. That's the old suppressor, because this is the bugger that went bang on my parents' one that my dad was doing when he was vacuuming up the Christmas tree pine needles too much, and put too much strain on the motor, and it just went bang. And yeah, so the next thing I have to do now is to clean up this motor, get everything all set up. I'm going to give the brush beater bar a bit of a wipe over as well. I've got a bucket, I've got cloths, I've got some, where is it, elbow grease, and of course the Servisslimline toothbrush. But I'm going to vac up the thing first, clean. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with that, but I'm going to do this in time lapse because you'd be bored to tears. it post retro bright, and I haven't even polished it yet, and it looks incredible. It looks absolutely amazing. There are some scuffs and marks on it, which is part of the patina, but it is definitely whiter, brighter. None of the logos came off or chipped or anything, so that's fantastic. The body itself, it is again, it is kind of like a little bit scratched and worn and everything, but after a polish, it's just going to look so good. And I can't believe that this economy vacuum of the day has come back looking, or come out of the retro brighting looking like this. It looks fantastic. Only one downside is that we've got to put the thing back together, so we better crack on with that. I think I've got all the parts here that I need. I have cleaned the cord, I have dishwashed the plug. I just need to polish the pins, but the original plug, that looks really nice as well. The motor is all lovely and tidy, and just, it's still the same motor and everything, but it's just a bit more lubricated, rewired up and ready to go, I think. So the next thing we have to do is, like I said, put it back together. So I need to remove the cover, and I need to put back the bits in the cover. So while I am doing all of this, desperately trying to remember, no, here we go, putting everything back together, I'll get you guys over onto the counter, and we'll get it back. So let's go. Okay guys, so we have got it back together. I have had to use my one. Gosh, that makes my one look terrible. That's all yellow compared to this, and this looked really good to begin with. But I just needed to, there was two things that I needed to check that I wasn't quite sure on, so I had to bring mine down, but it's done. And the light is on at the top, and let's go. So that sounds absolutely fantastic. I can't believe it. Incredible. We've done it. And the beautiful, the power from it is really, really good. So what I need to do now is to finish putting the rest of it together, and then we will give it a polish. So it's still going to have a growl on it because, well, these were cheap machines at the back, at the end of the day, but they were made really well. Absolutely fantastic. So there we go. That is done. What I need to do now is to take the plug off, thread the cable through, and give it a polish. So I will do that now. Okay, so before I polish it, I want to give it a quick demonstration to make sure it's all working. I've put a new bag in it. Now this one is kind of like double lined or something, I don't know. But they still leak like crazy, but this is better than just the plain paper bags. You have to fold the bottom, which I've done, and I've put a new clip on it. So I got a little bit of mess here, a bit of gay wedding, a little bit of detritus, gay sand. Let's give it a go. And there we go. That is really, really good. Now I'm going to polish it, which I'm going to do in super fast forward. So whereas before my 170 looked so much better than this one, now this one just looks like it's come out of the box, and this one desperately needs my attention. But this is my one. It needs desuppressoring and a full valley like this one does as well. But I think the owner is going to be really happy with it now, because it's really brought it back. The white is nice and shiny again. I've put a nice shine on it. It's still got that used patina, but it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I've seen in far worse, just a couple of scratches and everything on it. It is not the best vacuum cleaner out there. It's a bit air leaky, quite a lot, so I wouldn't really recommend him using this as kind of like a daily thing, because it's just not going to it just leaks too much dust into the machine and everything as well. But for its age and for what it was, it picks up really, really well. That's the good thing about it. It's got a really good growl on it, a really good beat. But yeah, that is now going to be posted back to him, and I hope he's very happy. It's been a little bit of a long time doing this because of other stuff that's been going on, but it's worth it. It's done, and it's ready to go back to the owner, hopefully very happy. So until then, guys, I'll see you in the next episode.